Hello again, math friends. Today we're going to look at graphing lines. In order to graph a line, there are two possibilities. One possibility is to have 2 points that are on that line, plot those points, and then draw the line through those points. And another way is to have 1 point, some sort of starting point. That could be a point that's been given to you, or it could be the Y-intercept or the X-intercept, and then you're also given the slope of the line. So 2 methods here that we can use for graphing a line. Let's take a look at this first problem. We want to graph the line which passes through 2, 4, and -1, -5. So first of all, I'm going to plot this point. So I start at the origin, I move 2 hash marks in the X direction, 1, 2, 3, 4 hash marks in the Y direction. Then I'm going to plot this point, that would be -1, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that point. Now I simply draw a line that goes, let's try that again. We draw a line that goes through those 2 points. And we know that lines continue on infinitely. So here is a graph of the line that passes through these 2 points. Let's try another one. Here we have the point 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and the point 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, -2. Notice that these 2 points lie in a vertical direction. So if I graph the line that goes through these points, it would look like this. It's a vertical line. Notice that the X coordinates for the 2 points are the same. Let's try this one. I'm going to plot -2, 1, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Notice here that our Y coordinates are the same, so we end up with a horizontal line. Okay. What if we are given a point and the slope? So I'm going to start by plotting the point 2, 2. And then remember that slope is rise over run. Rise meaning do we go up or down from the starting point. Run meaning do we go left or right from the starting point. So with the slope of 1/4, this means that we would go up 1 hash mark and forward 4 hash marks. Up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 for that hash mark. Let's get rid of that point right there. That's not supposed to be there. Now we have our 2 points that we need, and so I can draw my line that passes through those points. So plotting the starting point and then using our concept of rise over run, starting at that starting point and going up or down and then left or right. Here we have a point -5, 3 and a slope of -3. Remember that any integer can be written as a fraction by putting it over 1. So I'm going to start by graphing this point. -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, +3, 1, 2, 3, gives me that as my starting point. Using rise over run, I'm going to go down 3 units from my starting point. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, and go forward 1. I went down 3, forward 1, and now I can construct my line through those points that would look something like that. Again, given my starting point and giving a slope value, also remembering that any integer can be written over 1, using rise over run, and going down 3 and forward 1 from my starting point. This time we're given an Y-intercept. Need to remember that if our Y-intercept, the actual point for the Y-intercept is the point 0, 4. And now we have a slope of -2/3. Remember that when a negative sign is in front of a fraction, that negative sign can either be moved to the top or can be moved to the bottom. Both of those are, or all 3 of those are actually equal to each other. They are the same thing. So I'm going to start with my Y-intercept. That's where it crosses the Y-axis. So I'm at the point 0, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my Y-intercept. My slope, I use rise over run. And I either go down 2, forward 3, or up 2, backwards 3. I'll show you that both of those would be the same no matter which one you chose. So if I start with this fraction, I would go down 2 hash marks, forward 3 hash marks. If I were to use this fraction, I would go up 2 hash marks and back 3 hash marks. You can see that it doesn't matter which fraction I use for my slope, I'm still going to get the same line. So my line through these points would look something like this. Okay, so that was given my Y-intercept and the slope. Now we're given an equation of a line, and this is in what's called slope-intercept form, or y equals mx plus b, where m, the coefficient of x, is the slope of the line, and this is your y-intercept, the spot on the y-axis where the line crosses. So here my slope is 3/4, and my y-intercept is the point 0, -3. So I'm going to plot my starting point 0, -3, 1, 2, 3. My slope, rise over run, I go up 3, 1, 2, 3, forward 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that gives me my second point. I can now draw a line through these points, and I get something like that. Alright, here's another one where I'm given the slope, given the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So my slope is 3/5. My y-intercept is the point 0, 3. So I'm going to plot the point 0, 3. And and I'm going to use my slope value. I'm going to go up 3 units. 1, 2, 3, forward 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I get that as my second point. I now have my 2 points that I can use to draw my line. Okay. Now we're given an equation of a line in what is called standard form. In standard form, the x and the y variables are on the same side of the equal sign. The coefficient of x is always positive. So I'm going to take this equation and I'm going to rewrite it in y equals mx plus b form, because once I do that I can find the slope and the y-intercept. So I need to get the x term by itself, so I'm going to subtract 2x from this side, and I'm going to subtract 2x from this side. The 2 x's add out. I get 5y equals negative 2x plus 20. I'm going to divide by 5 and divide by 5. 5's divide out. Remember that when I have a fraction with a denominator, I can break this fraction up, and so this is really negative 2x over 5 plus 20 over 5. So I'm going to rewrite this as negative 2/5 x plus 4. 20 over 5 reduces. So my slope here is negative 2/5, and my y-intercept is the point 0, 4. So I'm going to plot this y-intercept first. 0, 4 would be right here. I have a slope of negative 2/5, so that's either negative 2 over 5 or 2 over negative 5. I'll show you that it's the same either way. If I use negative 2 over 5, I would go down 2 units and forward 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I use 2 over negative 5, I would go up 2 units, back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see that those are going to line up. Draw my line through those points. And I get that as my line. Okay, let's try this one. This is also in standard form. I need to put it in slope-intercept, which is y equals mx plus b, because that gives me my slope and my y-intercept. So I need to get the y term by itself. So I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. Subtract 5x from this side. The 5x's add out. I'm left with negative 3y equals excuse me, negative 5x minus 9. Divide by negative 3. Divide this entire side by negative 3. The negative 3's divide out. I'm left with negative 5x over negative 3 plus negative 9 over negative 3. This gives me positive 5/3 x plus negative 9 divided by negative 3 is positive 3. So my slope is 5/3 my Y-intercept is the point 0, 3. So plot the point 0, 3. Then from here I go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, forward 3, 1, 2, 3. I get that as my point. Plot the line through there. And I get that. All right, that does it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
If you liked this video, please click the thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please click the subscribe button. If you want to be notified about new videos, please click the notification button.